Most consumers who use disposable coffee cups are under the impression that the cups are easily recyclable. This is not the case. Most well-meaning consumers contaminate recyclable rubbish with disposable coffee cups, and this results with the product waste going to landfill. They make up to 23% of the volume of litter in Australian landfills and produce harmful gases in the hundreds of years that it takes for them to break down. When coffee cups go into landfill, the decomposition process creates methane and carbon dioxide, which are contributors to the greenhouse gases that cause global warming. During the decomposition process, these harmful gases are released into the atmosphere. It is estimated that 25% of methane emissions from landfill are released into the atmosphere. Research shows that approximately 25% of the global warming problem is caused by methane gas emissions. To research this topic, I used keywords such as disposable coffee cups, environment and effect through Google. The results were made more specific through the use of the Boolean search method. While I found many reputable sites with domains such as .gov and .edu, a lot of the information was not relevant to Australia. I refined the search by choosing the region Australia in the advanced search settings in Google. This resulted in web pages and links with more relevant information. I used the same words to search for credible journal articles in Google Scholar. I chose to use Google Scholar as a search engine because it searches through journal articles, government publications and university studies that are based on sound academic investigation. The articles that I chose to read led to Google Scholar suggesting other similar articles, which was a helpful way to search for further relevant information. Through my research, I found that polyethylene is used to line the cups to form a barrier between the beverage and the cardboard of the cup. Once the disposable coffee cups are in landfill, the paper component degrades over time, but the plastic component does not. The polyethylene lining of the disposable cup can take hundreds of years to decompose if it is not recycled separately from the paper product. Research shows that methane and carbon dioxide emissions from landfills are a major contributor to the greenhouse gas problem worldwide, which contributes to global warming. On reflection, although the decomposition of disposable coffee cups does indeed contribute to the greenhouse gases that cause global warming, the subject of global warming is too broad to cover in this report. I mentioned in my report that the polyethylene lining of the coffee cups can take many decades to degrade. As it is decomposing, it can break down into tiny particles that can be washed into rivers and oceans. This is another major problem that could have been covered in my report with greater depth, as my report could have been narrowed down into one local area. Disposable coffee cups cannot be recycled at current council recycling plants because the paper fibres are very difficult to separate from the plastic. A specially built facility would be required to perform this act, which is often not financially viable for local councils. A possible way to reduce disposable coffee cup pollution would be to encourage the use of reusable cups. If consumers would use a reusable cup for one coffee per day for 1 year, this could cut global warming potential by up to 92% and reduce landfill waste by approximately 95%. To ensure that this action is effective, the reusable cup needs to be used 15 times or more to offset the energy and waste that it is produced from its manufacture. A problem, however, forwarded by consumer psychologist Paul Harrison, states that coffee consumers are not willing to step outside of social norms and embrace the use of reusable cups. My problem connects to the Australian curriculum through the content descriptors ACSSU074 and ACSHE062 for Grade 4, which considers how the properties of materials affect the management of waste or can lead to pollution, and that disposable coffee cups cannot be easily recycled and that they are a major contributor to landfill.
Created using Powtoon.